Hi, I'd like to give you an invitation to the International Churches of Christ 2022 Scholars Conference to be held February 24th, 25th, and 26th at the Orange County Church of Christ building in Orange County, California, in Irvine. And we'd really like for you to be able to attend, but we're also providing this conference virtually on Zoom conference so people can attend all over the world. You can register at ICOC Conference, Teachers Conference, ICOCteachersconference.com. And the theme this year is the art of reading Scripture. We're not saying the science because there's more to it. It's spiritual, it's mysterious, it's an inspired sacred book, it's an inspired text from God. And so you've got to use some science, but you've also got to use the Spirit. You've got to use some art and creativity and imagination. So we're entitling it The Art of Reading Scripture. The basic academic and scholarly theme is hermeneutics. We want to talk about how we interpret Scripture. What is the lens that we use to interpret Scripture? That's what hermeneutics is. It's the way that we understand Scripture, and it's very important for us to discuss this topic and look at it in depth because many controversial and debatable Scriptures can be resolved if we have a good and healthy and orthodox hermeneutic. If we really understand how the Scriptures are to be read in its original context and then how to apply it in our present day lives. And so we want to develop a congruent, a clear, and a meaningful approach to understand Scripture. And we want to look at Scripture the way that it was intended to be understood. And so we're going to have scholars from many different backgrounds, many different schools, and with different experiences to share their perspective so we can get a very clear understanding. There's a great verse in Ecclesiastes 13 that describes the calling of a teacher. In verses 9 through 13 in Ecclesiastes 12, it says, "Not only was the teacher wise, but he also imparted knowledge to the people." And that's the calling of a scholar in the church, a doctor of the church, a teacher of the church. He pondered and he searched and he set in order many proverbs or riddles, provided wise teaching. The teacher searched to find just the right words, and what he wrote was upright and true. Words matter, and so you have to have exact language as a teacher, just the right words. The words of the wise are like goads. They motivate people, they persuade people, they move people forward. They give the spark and inspiration for our movement. So they're like goads. Their collected sayings are like firmly embedded nails. Nails hold things together. They give firmness. They keep the structure stable. And so they're embedded as foundation for our understanding. So there's orthodox teaching from the Scripture, and we've got to gain that. We've got to be united on that. We have to have deep conviction about it. And so the teacher provides those. They're given by one who is a shepherd. "Be warned, my son, of anything in addition to these. Of making many books, there is no end, and much study wearies the body." And those of us that have sought to be scholars know that. It's tough to continue to go to school. It's tough to study things in depth, but we've got to work hard mentally as we approach Scripture. And then he concludes, "Now all has been heard. Here's the conclusion of the matter. Fear God and keep his commands, for this is the whole of mankind." And so we do want to approach the Scriptures with humility, with awe, with fear of God, and we want to hold to the Scriptures. We want to hold to the orthodox teaching. And so that's why we're planning this conference, so that we can gain unity on our hermeneutic. So it's for scholars, who want to be well informed of the in-depth scholarship currently going on this topic, and they want to know all sides of the scholarship that's available, and they want to gain a deeper conviction on this subject. This conference is for aspiring teachers and scholars so they can have a breadth of understanding of a particular topic. And this conference is also for ministry staff to deepen their understanding, to gain skills and the ability to understand the scriptures and be conversant on all the issues that's surrounding this topic. And then this conference actually is for all disciples as well. Everyone that hungers for a deeper and more meaningful and inspiring approach to scriptures. So go to ICOCteachersconference.com and register, please. And I think you're really going to enjoy it. We're going to have all the main speakers in person and online. And then 12 of the class sessions will be in person and online. And then we're going to have 40 teachers from around the world. They'll just be online, but all of these will be taped and available after the conference for everyone that registers. And so we look forward to this conference and hope that you can attend. God bless.